Hey guys, I am just finishing up our monthly grocery shopping trip. So I actually did a meal plan and a grocery shopping trip for 5 weeks this time. I'm hoping that I don't regret pushing it out. We have some stuff coming up that I really need to like full on focus our budget on. And so for right now, we are eating like as minimal as possible. So there are a few places that I decided to try to cut a little bit this month. And then we're going to see how it works out. Hopefully, I am not having to go back to the grocery store. Hopefully, this is going to prove to be beneficial in the end for us and that it is not something I'm going to regret. So I will start this off by saying that I have a freezer full of most of the meats that I need. I have all of the beef, all of the pork, all of the shrimp that we are going to have for the month. And then also I just bought 10 whole chickens from a local farmer. So I have a lot of meat in my freezer, which is really handy. And then we have a whole bunch of apples and oranges that we stocked up on, and potatoes. So I am starting this like in a good place. And then on top of that, I am making from scratch all of our bread products. So everything that you see that I purchased for 5 weeks is probably not going to seem like a huge amount, but it's because I didn't need a ton of meat. I didn't need all of the produce that I normally would have to get. And then I am not buying any bread products at all. So I am going to show you guys what I got. And then in the end, I will tell you guys how much we spent for our family of 6 for 5 weeks. Okay, so the first thing, and also I wanted to say, I am ordering some things from Azure Standard, which I will go pick up, I think maybe next week. So there will be some other things that I'm going to add into our pantry and freezer and refrigerators, but that is a completely separate grocery order that I am not dealing with today. So this is everything that I picked up from Aldi, Sam's, and Target today. So I started out with some semi-sweet chocolate chips. I normally order my chocolate chips from Azure Standard, but they were out of the semi-sweet chocolate chips right now, so I was not going to be able to get those in this month, and I wanted to make sure and have some because we were kind of starting to run low. And we do a lot of like our treats and things are made from scratch, if not all of them. And so we go through a lot of chocolate chips. We use them, we melt them down and use it to like coat things, make like homemade Reese's, and then I put them in like cookies and cakes and muffins, that sort of thing. So we needed more chocolate chips. This we'll probably honestly go through this in the next 4 to 5 weeks because we do use a lot. Bananas, I will do another grocery trip probably in 2 weeks to get some more produce. So this isn't all the produce that we will eat for 5 weeks, but most of it. Everything that we'll eat for the next 2 weeks for sure. Maybe even 2.5. So I got some bananas. I have a bunch of bananas also that were starting to go bad that I stuck in my freezer, and we will use that for smoothies. And then I picked up 4 boxes of these. My girls specifically really like to have these for a little treat. And I have found that this package actually fits perfect right inside of my purse. And so I always have a box of these in my purse for times when we're hungry and we're out and we don't want to have to stop to like get food or get a snack or anything like that. It's really helpful to just have something in my purse. So anyway, that's why we have these, and the kids really like them. We grabbed some water. Our water is notorious for going out, and so in our town, and so we always have water on hand. I actually picked up, I think we have like 18 gallons that we picked up this last week because our water had gone out. And so I grabbed just a few more. So we should be set on water for a while. And then I needed some lettuce. We're doing hamburgers and we're doing salads and we're doing wraps. We have a lot of uses for lettuce, and this Hearts of Romaine will last 2 to 3 weeks in my refrigerator. So I really like buying this in bulk because it does last such a long time. And we go through a lot of romaine lettuce in our house. Heavy whipping cream, this one also we go through a lot of in our house, and this doesn't expire until the beginning of April. So we will have plenty of time to go through that before I need to go grocery shopping again. So I'm hoping, this is one of the things that I'm hoping that I'm not going to have to go back and get more of, because we do use quite a bit of that. I picked up some grapes. The grapes look really good right now. It's one of the few things, one of the few fresh fruits in the months of like January and February that I don't mind getting because they always are really good. I got a big thing of sour cream. I have been making a lot of cheesecakes and pound cakes and like muffins that need sour cream. And so I got a big one of that this time. And then I got 3 things of this honey vanilla Greek yogurt. This is the same thing. It doesn't expire, I think, until the end of March. So we will have plenty of time in our next 5 weeks to finish this. And this is another thing, we usually can go through one of these in a week in our family. So I'm hoping I don't regret only getting 3 of these, but we will see. I am doing gyros. If you guys saw my short, my family and I are getting ready to go on a trip to Greece. And so we are like super feeling gyros right now. So I will be making gyros. This is another thing. It doesn't expire until the end of March. So we will have plenty of time to get these used up. I'm also making some stuffed shells this month. Twice actually this month. And I was debating if I was going to do ricotta cheese or if I was going to do cottage cheese, because either works in my stuffed shell recipe. And so what I did was I looked at the price and then I looked at the expiration date on both of them, and they were pretty close to the same price at Aldi. And so I got the one that expires last, and I think this one, what does it say? April 13th. So this will be good in my refrigerator. Anytime that I am like shopping for an extended period of time like that, looking at the expiration dates are always very, very important to me. I got 2 things of provolone cheese. We've been making Bird's lunches every day, and he almost always takes a wrap or a sandwich. And so we have to have provolone cheese for that. And then my girls really like making quesadillas with provolone cheese. So I got 2 big packages of those. We do a lot of string cheese as a snack at our house. And so we have some already. So I just grabbed, we'll probably go through about 1 package of these a week, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm hoping that this will last us the same amount of time. We'll see. We do have some in the refrigerator, so hopefully that's good. We are doing pizza one night every week. Pizza is always a win. And mozzarella cheese I get in bulk from Azure Standard, and I already have some in my refrigerator, some in my freezer, and then some in my next order that I'll pick up next week. So I will make the crust from scratch. And all I really have to have is the pizza sauce, because we already have a bunch of pepperoni that I have stocked up in my freezer. So that makes this meal a very inexpensive meal and one that I can buy in bulk, and my whole family likes it. So it's a win all the way around. I got a couple of gallons of milk. I have not been making our yogurt nearly as often because I just haven't had time. So normally I would probably have gotten a lot more milk than this, but this is one of those things that if I do need more of before my like mid-month grocery trip where I go get more produce and more milk, then it's not a big deal for my husband to grab a gallon on his way home from work. So I just picked up 2 because I was afraid I wasn't going to have room in my refrigerator, if I'm honest. So that's what we are going to go with this time. Some shredded hash browns. I actually prefer like the little cubed hash browns, the Walmart brand one, but I did not go to Walmart today. I am trying to quit it if at all possible. So I had to get what Target had available because Aldi was also out. So I picked up these shredded hash browns, and hopefully this will be good because I am doing like a hash brown egg bowl thing for Bird's for Bird's breakfast every day. this week for sure. So I am going to work on this tonight. It is Sunday, so I will make his breakfast for the whole week. So I will make some hash browns and scramble some eggs in it and put some peppers and onions, and he will just reheat it every morning, and it will make a super easy breakfast for him. So we're going to try the shredded hash browns and see how that works. And then I will probably order some hash browns from Azure Standard if they have them available. And then we're doing burgers twice this month. So I got 2 packages of fries. I already have a bunch of potatoes, but I've been having a hard time with the middle of the potatoes being gross. So making our own French fries out of the potatoes, I just honestly didn't want to deal with it. So I did go ahead and pick up, this isn't a thing that we normally keep in our house, but I thought it's going to save me some effort later on. So I will bake these in the oven, and I feel pretty good about them. I really like to add a little bit of olive oil and salt and some ranch seasoning to these, or even seasoned salt to it or something, to give like a flavored fry that is always delicious. I needed some pasta sauce, so I did pick up a couple of the 2 packs from Sam's. This Rayo's brand is the cleanest. Other than like making it myself from scratch, this is the cleanest brand that I have found that we actually like. So we are big fans of this one. This is one place that if I can splurge in our budget, then I absolutely will, because we use the heck out of it. I picked up some strawberries. Strawberries are not in season, so they're not going to be the best. But I am trying to eat just more whole, clean foods as much as possible. And so I really like strawberries. They are one of my very favorite fruits. So I went ahead and grabbed some so that I could have strawberries and yogurt for breakfast. Same thing with tomatoes. I really like tomatoes on my burgers. So I picked up this. I mean, these look awful. They don't look good. But I just really like that texture on my hamburgers, so I grabbed some of those. These will not be good for the second round of burgers this month, but we'll have them for the first one, so I'm going to be happy about that. Blueberries, also not in season, but I don't eat blueberries. I couldn't tell you if these are actually good or not. I'll have them in a smoothie or like in a muffin, but just eating them like this, I am not a big fan. So my kids love them and they haven't complained, so I assume that they are fine. And then I got another thing of grapes, the green grapes. These also looked really good. My toddler has already asked me multiple times if she can have some. So as soon as I get done here, she gets a bowl of grapes and everybody is going to be happy because she's eating something that is actually good for her. I needed to get some more lunch meat because we are using these for Daddy's lunches. So I got some ham and some turkey. We use a lot of ham and eggs also. For breakfast, I will chop this up and add it to scrambled eggs, and sometimes I will add some cheddar cheese to that, and it is a very filling, protein-full breakfast, and it is something that everyone in my family really, really likes. And so this is one that I like to keep on hand as much as possible. I already have some, and this is another one of those things that I was like, I am going to see how little I can get away with actually having to buy, just to help our budget out this month, and we will see how far this will actually go. And then the last thing that I picked up were 4 of these family packs of the chicken breasts. Normally, this is not the brand I like to get, but Target did not have the brand that I like to get, and I did not want to run all over town. So this is what we ended up with this time. I am going to take these out. We will clean them up and put them in some vacuum seal bags and vacuum seal them up and stick them in the freezer. We'll probably do like 2 or 3 in each package because that's about usually what my whole family will eat for one single meal. And it just helps us to make this last as long as possible. So this is everything that we got. It is not a lot of food here. Thankfully, we have a pretty big stockpile of stuff that some of this will go kind of into that. Most of what we have is like dairy and produce, things that I cannot stockpile. But you know, otherwise this is all stuff that we will definitely eat. And right now, as the prices of everything are going up, that is the most important thing. In the end, we ended up spending $256, which is not a lot at all for our family of 6. And I will have an Azure standard order, which will be about $200 to $300. So in all, we actually will be under our $600 a month grocery budget, and that is going to save us for our mid-month grocery shop, where I can pick up some more fruits and vegetables and some more milk, and hopefully that's all. Maybe more lunch meat. We'll kind of wait and see, but this is it. This is what we got this month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.